Hey guys, I'm Emily and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I've last filmed, changed my phone, so hopefully the camera quality is a little bit better, but I'm not actually sure. So today I'm going to do a makeup video based on this eyeshadow. Basically I got this in that Priceline haul that I did in my last video, and it was kind of a colour that I've never really used because whenever I've ever used, I used a colour that was really dark. It looked like I bruised myself and got punched in the face. But despite that, I've decided to try it again and hopefully it will work out. Don't have high expectations because last time I've done this, I've actually tried to film this video 3 separate times, and every single time it was like I got punched in the face. So I don't have like big hopes, but I want it to work out, so we'll see I guess how it goes. So before I start the video, I'm just going to put my hair in this thing so my hair is back. So the first thing I'm applying is the Models Prefer Color Correcting Primer. I'm not going to lie, I'm not actually sure if this is a product I am qualified to judge for its qualities, because my acne scars aren't that bad and my skin is actually quite even in terms of the fact that it's just like I don't have any red spots anymore, and pimples aren't my biggest issue anymore. I still have oil control issues, but in terms of the color correcting properties of this, I'm not actually sure if it's something that I know whether this is good at, because it's not an issue that I am trying to deal with by using my makeup. So while I let that set, I'm going to kind of talk about a couple of things, and if I don't feel comfortable, whatever I say, I've thought out, but I haven't really like decided whether it's something I want to talk about. So if it kind of just goes into fast forward mode, I've basically decided I don't want to talk about it. So the first thing I kind of wanted to talk about was just fitness. So this one's actually probably a really easy topic to address, and that's that, and this section I just wrote about and published on my blog basically. I joined F45. You know that craze that's been going around for quite some time now? It's basically, it's a gym which runs 45-minute sessions, and the classes are different every single day. It's either cardio or it's resistance. They're open 6 days a week, and yeah, it's unorthodox in that you don't just get access to equipment. You only get to, if you want to be able to use F45 gyms, you go to a class and you share a room with like up to 22 people, can be as little as 10 depending on how people book the class, and you do circuits, and after 45 minutes you're done. And for me, I actually have really enjoyed it so far. I was actually when I kind of joined, the reason was just because I felt that I needed someone to discipline me and kind of give me knowledge that I just didn't have in trying to improve my fitness. So I thought I would join F45. It's hard, I'm not gonna lie, and it's been quite eye-opening in learning that I can't do a push-up. Yay! Trust me, that realization sucks. But you learn a lot of different techniques that you didn't know were a thing, and I think that's really, really beneficial. I'll go more into it in a second maybe, but first I'm going to apply my foundation. So the foundation I'm using is the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade 46 Cool. It's actually a bit too light for me, but I'm going to go with it because I already bought it. The other thing about it is that I no longer like Kat Von D, so it's kind of really annoying that this was the first high-end foundation I've ever purchased, because now it's a product I have to use, and it's from someone who I happen to disagree so much with that I would probably never buy her products again, even if they were the most amazing things on the planet. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, in terms of the fitness thing, it's quite expensive. It's at the moment for me it's $47 a week, but that is just an intro price, and I know it will go up if I continue it long term. But for me personally, it does seem like a worthy investment. As someone who just doesn't know what to do in the gym, how to just optimize a workout, as someone who's kind of just generally quite lazy, I feel like I need someone to make me do shit that I don't want to do. Because the only motivation I have to find is the energy to get up in the morning and go to the gym. I don't have to find the energy to actually do the work. I do, but like there's someone right there, so if I don't do it, it's kind of an issue. Whereas if I don't do a hard workout by myself, no one's really going to be telling me off about it. So yeah, there's that, I guess, that need to match other people physically, which I kind of thrive on, which I enjoy about it. And yeah, there's just exercises there that I just don't know myself, especially with weights. But yeah, I'm not really going to go much more into it, as there's not really much more to say. I kind of already wrote about it, and now I've kind of just going, and it's not really a thing that's I need to discuss. So I put the foundation on, and oh my god, I didn't blend it properly. And it's really, really pale. Like, you can actually see the colour difference. So I'm going to have to add a bronzer just to darken it up. So I'm using the Rimmel bronzer, which I can't flip because I dropped it and it's cracked and I have to repress it. But I can't be bothered doing that right now, so I'm just going to use it in this colorful. So I know a bronzer, whatever. I'm just going to put it on my face and just darken it up because the colour's just so far off. And I'm not even that tan, but it's just too pale for me. I think that would do. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about was just, it's something I actually really don't feel comfortable talking about, to be honest with you. But I said I would. Before I do that though, what should I do next? I'm going to start doing my eye look. It's not going to end well. So I'm going to grab a couple of shades from this palette I bought. I don't even know what its name is, so don't ask me that, please. Just going to grab a couple of shades out. Oh my god. Okay. And this. So the shades I grabbed are these. I've grabbed 4 shades, and these are the shades I'm going to use. I'm going to use this purpley red colour, this orange brown, the silver grey, which I've shown, shimmery silver grey, and this purple one, which I'm just showing you now. And I'm going to try and just pat that on and see what happens. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pretty much dip in and hope for the best. That's the first colour. So yeah, the first thing I want to talk about was I need concentration for this, so I don't think I can tell you that I'm doing this part of the look. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put this all over my lid and just hope for the best. It's really weird because I talk about how I want to do a smoky eye and now I've got a bright red eye, right? Like, wait, oh shit, I used the wrong colour. Whatever, I put 2 different colours on 2 different eyes. That's awesome. We're off to a flying start. I put the orange on this eye and I put the purple on this eye. Yeah, go me. I am gonna crush this. Oh god. There's so much fallout that's just going all over my bed. But yeah, the next topic is something I actually haven't talked much about online. And for me, it's kind of is my biggest insecurity. And talking about it is too real for me. However, it's not something that necessarily haunts me or anything like that. It's just a reality for me that like I don't necessarily want like pity or need like, it's not something I necessarily need something from. It's just more like it is something that's always been on my mind and I just haven't talked about, and does come up occasionally. It's not something that's going to that damages me or anything like that, but it is something that is an insecurity of mine, which makes me feel like I should talk about it, and I'm not getting to the point, am I? Because I'm kind of avoiding it and I don't really want to. I don't think that looks bad, it's just not what I was planning. It actually looks okay, it's kind of not what I was saying I was going to do, was it? But, okay, yeah, just to tell you guys. For me, friendship's always been really hard. Like, I'll try and... I don't know, there's something kind of... It's hard for me to, I guess, go on different social medias where, like, people I know in real life are thriving in friendship groups and stuff like that, and feeling isolated in that respect, and it's quite, I guess, hard to accept that while it is my own doing, and it's because I haven't opened up and because I haven't put myself out there, that this is an issue for me. Oh god, okay, that literally went straight into my... Oh my god, why did I do that? Guys, why did I do that? Fuck. I basically just tried to do that because I wanted to get some of the colour under my eye so I didn't look like I wasn't trying to incorporate the black, but now it's like fucking hurts. I'll have to redo some foundation here. But yeah, for me it's just not having a friendship group's kind of something that I know is my own fault, and I'm not like saying that it's I'm very bad at like keeping in contact with people and staying interested in people's lives and all that stuff, just because I'm used to being in an environment where when you speak it's for functional reasons, and I never really grew out of that. Does it look good or not? That's all I can do. I'm gonna have to try and get that black out there, so I'm gonna try and like bring it out maybe, and I'll blend it in a sec. Oh god, this is not this time. But like, yeah, I've always kind of grown up in an environment where if you don't have anything functional to say, you don't really say it. And it's something that's come up for me quite a lot. And for me to turn off that mechanism and just kind of be interested in people's lives just for the sake of it, it's never come naturally to me. It always feels like when I ask like a stupid question, or a question that doesn't really have any purpose other than I'm interested, you feel like you're a burden. And like, that's not the only reason. The other reason is that I'm either not interested in people's lives, or I just don't know how to be interested without sounding like a nosy bitch, basically. And yeah, like I'm kind of jumping over the place when I talk about this, but yeah, like for a long time I've always kind of just thought, yeah, like even when I was like finishing high school, I was like, I'm not going to be friends with you in like 5 years. Like that's something I knew, and it's something that I didn't necessarily want to happen. And something I've tried to like control in some ways. But for reasons, some people I knew I wasn't gonna make friends with them because we weren't similar, and like we just didn't have that type of connection, other than the fact that we shared like a classroom for so long. But despite that, I still wanted to believe that wasn't the case. And then when it happened, I was kind of like, okay, I guess I was right, it does happen. But then it kind of became hard for me to when I started to realize people did stay friends with people like that, like from their high school and stuff like that, I was kind of like, oh fuck, I am a mess. I'll be back. I need a mirror. It's not necessarily like I wanted people to have failed friendships or anything like that, but it was kind of like this level of, am I wrong about what this experience is meant to be like? Also, I have one colour on my eye. Yeah, I'm trying to put eyeliner really close to my eye, but I'm really scared of getting it, like, and ruining it. I can't remember what I was saying, but basically, like, it's kind of just thrown my view off balance that people have maintained these friendships for such a long time and they're still so close, and it's kind of like, what the hell have I done? And it's not necessarily that I hate that they have friends, because obviously, like, great, like, I don't know if the word jealous is the right word for it. It is kind of jealousy, but it's kind of also like, I don't know how to do that. Like, it's so weird for me, because there are so many things where I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that, I don't, and I can't. Like, there are so many things for me which I'm like, no, I couldn't do that. And then there are so many things for me which are like, I could do that, but I won't. Like, for me, there are different levels of goals. Like, to me, there are goals that you can reach that kind of match other people's, and there are goals that you can't. And for me, it's always been quite weird to realize that maintaining friendships is not something that I have ever envisioned as a realistic goal, which probably sounds completely mental. Like, you know, like, these are the type of things that should matter so much, and yet it's something that I've never really believed is something I'm capable of having or I'm capable of cultivating. And I don't know, it's not, I don't even know if jealous, yeah, like, I just don't know how to explain this feeling. It's just, it literally is just a feeling of just, of why am I like this? I don't know. There's a lot, to me, for me, in my life, there's a lot of moments where I'm like, why am I me? Why am I such a impossible person to deal with, or like, and stuff like that. I'll be back. Like, why don't I know how to do these things? And then other times I'm kind of like, sorry, I keep losing my train of thoughts. It's really hard to focus on both things when I'm terrible at one of them, and but I'm also trying to use like all my concentration on talking as well. It's like really hard. Anyways. To redo it. I feel like I just have this, I'm just struggling to get the words out without, I feel like this is one of those things where if you say it wrong, it comes off either badly or just doesn't, or if it doesn't come off badly, it's just flat out incorrect, and neither of those things is what I want right now, so I'm trying to really get it right, but I'm struggling, I'm not gonna lie. And just to be really honest, let's just go with this. It is a mix of jealousy, a bit of resentment. It's not necessarily that I don't want other people to be happy, like, that's not the case. But it is certainly a case of, if I'm not jealous that people have friends, I'm jealous that I don't know how to cultivate something like that, and I don't know how to not turn it into something unhealthy, because that's something I also feel like I could very easily do. I don't want to be someone who latches on to the point of it becoming something toxic, because I have had a toxic friendship, and it's not, and that was when I was really young, and while that person is so much a better person now, and she's someone who I am on speaking terms with, I do remember how that friendship affected me and made me I don't know, made me just not understand things, I guess. And it took me such a long time to kind of not go down that path again. That's not terrible. It's not as sure as hell not great, but it's not terrible. If I put some thick ass eyeshadow on, that can actually work. Not eyeshadow, eyeliner. But the problem with that was, not only was I in this shit position, after that kind of ended, I was kind of meaner, to put it really lightly. I was abrasive. I was kind of like a pendulum. I would swing from like incredibly shy to almost psychotically angry. And and also, if you know me, and if you know me in terms of what I say on YouTube and on my blog, I'm very careful in terms of how I use the word psychotic and mental and stuff like that. I'm trying to be more careful in real life, but I haven't figured that out yet. But right now, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't mean it literally in the medical sense, but in terms of the gravity of the type of person I was, it's not an inaccurate term for me to use. And that's really fucking scary to think about. And while I've obviously not that level of problematic anymore, I am constantly... Guys, I can't get this stupid eyelash on. While I'm not that level of problematic anymore, I haven't learned how to cultivate something healthy. And the only reason I have, in terms of friends I do have, is because people either know this about me, or they don't know it about me and they haven't seen that side of me, or they're just too kind for their own words. Like, basically in terms of trying to cultivate, like, have a friendship group when you have this type of issue for a long term, when you're not in high school, you're no longer bound by having classes that you hate and sitting in the same space for 6 hours, 5 days a week. When you're no longer bound by that, you need something more to connect you guys, and that's not something I've ever known how to do, because for a long time I was literally just trying to figure out how to not be a complete basket case. Okay, it's kind of on, but it's not. It's like not sticking. I'm going to redo it. Don't rub my eye, I'm going to get makeup off. So, I've forgotten what the point was of all this, but yeah. This is something I've been feeling for like quite a while, but it's kind of... Because right now I'm 21 and I see a lot of people celebrating their 21st birthdays, and obviously people have like big bashes and like parties and stuff, and they have like those cute posts where they're like, you're the best person in the world and I couldn't imagine life without you. And it's not something I can ever imagine anyone doing for me. And like, I'm not saying this for the purpose of getting that. It's just, it's kind of made me realize how isolated I feel at times, and how often that sense of loss is something that I can't, the sense of confusion I feel sometimes is not something I can just offset by just going on my phone and texting someone and going, hey, shit sucks. I'm very often feeling like it's my own problem, and I don't necessarily want to have to communicate this issue to people. It's more like I just want to know there are people there for me, and I know this is something that's on me and something I have to do myself before that's going to be something that's going to happen. But it's just, I guess I don't know, it's just, you know how people talk, okay, how about this? You know how when you, when people talk about doing something like kind of crazy or something, okay, not crazy, something kind of like, out of their comfort zone, and they kind of like need that encouragement and that's or that safety net or whatever, and it's not even like they necessarily need it, but they would like if they were to comfort zone thing, and then at some point they were just like, I can't do this, and they just want to know there's someone they can go to. Like, that's the thing that I don't feel like I have, even as like a peripheral option. And I think that's what kind of makes me so, stressed. I don't know. I've been talking in circles about this, and I can't even get my fucking eyelash on. This is driving up the wall. This took me 10 minutes. This took me like, fuck, this one's a nightmare. I don't know why. This is why I don't do my makeup, guys. But that one actually looks good, so I want this one on now. Guys, I think I got it on. They're kind of terrible, but they're on. Did I do it? Sorry, okay, I got them on. Oh my god. No, I didn't. I did, but like, not like, they're not on well, they're just on. I'm scared of poking my eye out, so I'm just gonna go with that. That's fine. I'm gonna just like thicken the eyeliner and just hope for the best. But I forgot what I was saying. So basically, I know I just talked about that for like 15 and I didn't make my point very clear because I just don't know how to express it. But yeah, I think it's just, I believe things will eventually fall into place. But when it comes to friendships, I'm not as convinced that it will, and it's also a matter of, sorry, I'll be back. It's also a matter of, I do still live at home, and as someone who's grown up with a very, very, very overprotective mum who doesn't like me going out at night, and who has these type of things, it's also very hard to want to like explain to her that there's something she won't understand, because we were at a Christmas party a couple of years ago. No, like there was one last year, but this is the story from a couple of years ago, and there was this guy, he was kind of my age. I think at the time I was 19 and he was like 24 or something like that. Like this was like a Chinese church Christmas party, so like, and my Chinese isn't that crash hot, so finding someone to talk to that was like my age in these things was not something I envisioned, but it happened, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna embrace this, I'm gonna have a conversation with him. And yeah, it was really interesting. I found out some stuff that was interesting about his life that kind of made me really jealous, because he was he was basically, at the time, he was about 6 months away from going to Bali and doing this job that he really wanted to. And while that's obviously not my dream, there was something I really related to in the fact that he was going to travel, and because he had some quite similar traits to my life, and it felt like goals that he was getting to do that, and and while he told me that his parents were like weary of you doing something like that, he was doing it, and I felt like jealous, but like that's not the point of the story. Sorry, that's a sidetrack, and it's also, that was actually kind of a really interesting story for me. That's not what I wanted to talk about. It's why I kind of wanted to talk to him as well, the fact he was around my age, which was nice. But we were talking, and I wasn't talking all the time. Like, I would have a conversation with him, and then like maybe we'd stop and he'd talk to someone else, and then like some other stuff, and he mentioned something, so I would talk to him occasionally and just say something nice, or I'd learn something about him, or like just normal stuff like that. And then I come home that night, no, because my mum was there too, because it was she was there. It's not there's nothing to explain. And she tells me, you talk a lot. She said to me, you need to stop talking so much to people. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, it was just literally like, there's someone who's my age who I can talk to, so I'm not getting bored this whole night, and I don't feel completely like I don't fit in. So I was going to embrace the opportunity and talk to this guy. And my mum was like, you were interrupting him and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And she wasn't mad at me. Like, it wasn't a situation of her being mad at me, but it kind of just solidified this thing that I knew about her for a long time, and that's that she views things in quite a functional manner. Like, to kind of explain that, sorry, let me just get this bastard back in. Yeah, to kind of explain that, if she can't see a reason of doing something, she's unlikely to do it. Like, she says to me all the time stuff like, I was gonna go out today and go for a walk, but I don't have anything to buy. And it's like, but you don't need to know anything to buy. You can just go for a walk. It's good for you to exercise and stuff like that, right? She's got a very narrow view of function in terms of it's got to either get you from A to B, or it's got to, like, you've got to achieve something in it that's, like, tangible. And I think that's something that I've really not necessarily internalized, because I understand it's not how things should be. But I feel like when I'm growing up in that type of environment, it's meant that I've never learnt how to live the way that I should have lived, because I don't have that type of, not necessarily guidance, but even that type of value set. We don't even share the same thing. And yeah, like, that's always felt like an issue. Okay. Doesn't look great, to be honest, but it doesn't look terrible, so win for that? I don't know. Okay, so I got distracted, but I'm gonna keep going. Next thing I've got is the NYX. I haven't told you anything for like ages. The NYX blush. This is in the shade Taupe. I'm gonna use this as like a contour shade. But yeah. Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. Basically, the summary of that was just like, the way I've kind of lived, my first friendship was one of the most toxic things I've ever had. Ow, and I put myself in the air. Oh shit, oh my god, that's not good. TLDR, it's made me feel like I don't have any friends, and I don't know how to change that when I have all these restrictions in terms of not only the value restrictions, but also because of this whole functionality thing. My mum also doesn't understand this whole idea of doing things outside of like going to work. Like, even going to the gym, I don't even tell her about, because it's not something she understands. It's just, yeah, I've like rambled in circles and I haven't even got to the point, but just, friendship's hard, and I don't know how to like deal with that, and it's something I want to address by I've been looking online and I've been looking at I can't remember what site it was. There's a site basically you can do like meetups with random people based on like interests and stuff like that. But even that's something I don't even have. Like interest in stuff is something that I'm still trying to figure out. And I'm basing this like almost entirely on, I don't know if I'm gonna like this colour. I'm gonna try it. I don't like it. I do, it's too dark, this look. So yeah, in terms of addressing it, yeah, I want to join like these meetup groups and just figure out my way around doing it all, but my schedule's so crammed that it's not something I can do like right now, but it's something I'm looking at and I want to address it because it's loneliness is hard. It's hard not having someone that you kind of just connect with. Oh my god. And I want to rectify that, and I want to like know how to make a good friendship, and I want to know like how to relate to people, and I want to know like other people's lives and stuff like that. I kind of just feel like there's a giant disconnect between me and the world. Like I'm out every single day working, pretty much working or grocery shopping and stuff like that, but I feel like I have no connection to the world around me, and it's starting to feel like genuine concern, and it's something I have to address. So yeah, that's not, I struggled so hard explaining that. It took me 45 minutes to figure that out, but that's really the main thing for me. I'm alive and I'm living and I want to do all these things, but how much I want to just be unanchored, but also if I want to be anchored, I want to be anchored with friendships as opposed to being alone. Because yeah, I want to travel. I don't mind if I do it by myself or with someone. I want to travel and I want to do both. I want to travel and I want to be unanchored, but I also want to have friends to come back to. I want this unconditional type of thing. And yeah. Okay. That was a depressing video. This is a depressing look. That's the finished look. Probably looks absolutely tragic, like nothing's coming up on. And that's horrible. Like I fucking can't apply this to save my life. But I guess that's the finished look. I'm gonna try and take my hair and just see how it looks. Actually, it looks kind of cute. Yeah, I don't hate it. Except for this goddamn eyelash, it's sticking out, but whatever. Do I look different? I feel different. Like, now that my hair, it actually makes me look older. God, liquid lips are so unforgiving. Anyways, yeah, look, that was really hard for me to explain, and obviously I took a long time to explain it. But this is my finished look. So I used pretty much everything from the price line that I bought, except for this one lip shade. And the only reason I didn't use this is for the Caramula one, and this is, I'll show you the shade. And I should have put it on underneath so you could have seen what it looks like, but I forgot. And this is, it's bright pink, like it's highlighter pink, so it's not a shade I would ever wear. But again, it's a nice color. I've actually got an idea for the next video. I'm thinking of cutting this up and mixing with some other products and making a my own shade. I've done this type of thing before, but I feel like I actually find those type of videos really soothing to watch, so I want to create my own. But yeah, so this is the end of this video. My eyebrows aren't even, I just realized. Ugh. Let me just fix it really quick because I actually want to know I can create a look that's complete. I look so different. This is such a look that's unlike me. Anyway, that's our finished look. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. I'll post different videos whenever I can. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.